All right. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom, Israel. Right, Lamad. Coming back at you another lesson through the spirit of power. Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right. Another let no man take that crown. All right. This is the third installment. Right, before I get started with anything, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rikakadash. All right, I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of the house of David, who's ruling well through the Spirit. All right, I also want to give a peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Right, I also want to give a mighty shalom to our brethren and sisters that scattered. Right, yeah. So we're gonna start this off, man. We're gonna be touching on faith, man. Having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? It's very, very important. And that's something that we all can work on and do better at, right? So we're going to start off with the book of Hebrews, right? Chapter 11, verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? So hope, or which is also another word for faith, is things that you can't obtain and things you cannot see, right? And the perfect precept will be the book of Romans, chapter 8. Let me see what I want to start at. All right, the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 24. It say, for we are saved by hope. All right, for now, before I continue, man, right, that word hope, right, what I want to do is I want to go into the blue letter and go into the Greek for that word hope.
Strong's G 1680, El Peace. El Peace.
Right, El Peace, right? And it's not really giving me too much. But it's a joyful and confident expectation of eternal salvation, right? Joyful and confident expectation of eternal salvation, right? And they also say expectation, confidence, faith, hope, right? So hope and faith are synonymous, right? They mean the same thing, right? If I hope for something, that means I have faith in that thing that I'm hoping for, right? And we often say, hey brother, I hope you make it, man, or brother, I hope you make it to the game, or brother, I hope you make it, yada yada yada, right? That's you putting your faith in that, man, right? So having hope in the Most High is having faith, right? So let's go back to Romans 8 and 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope, right? You can see your phone, you can see your video game, you can see the tangible things, right? Why have faith in that, right? When you can obtain it, you can see it, you know. It's just like having a car, right? We ride down the street in our car, right? We don't know if our car gonna break down, right? But that's something that you can see. That's nothing we really put our faith in, right? Because we can see it, right? It's not nothing that we can't see, right? It's not like the Most High. It's not like the angels. It's not like the Spirit, right? All right, let's get the book of Hebrews, right? Chapter 11 and verse 6, right? And it say, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, right? So you have to seek the Most High, right? You have to have faith in Yahweh, right? If you don't have faith in Yahweh, everything has come to naught, right? So without that faith, without believing in the Most High, you cannot please him, right? Because you have to believe that The Most High is going to save you, man. He's going to deliver you, right? He's going to save you out of certain situations, right? I'm going to pull another one, man. Like, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. It say, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded. Right? When you read, when you go back, right? Whatever is written aforetime was written for our learning. Right? When you read Romans chapter 15, verse 4, right? These things, right, were written, man. Right? The Most High didn't turn his back on the righteous man. He did never forsake a righteous man. He always delivered the righteous. Right? Look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Not one. Right? Not one. Right? Right, let's get Sirach chapter 2, verse 6. It say, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way or aright, and trust in him. Right? Always trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Right? It's important. Right? Because, you got to have faith in these last days. Right? And when stuff hit the fan, when all hell break loose, right, you're going to have to rely on your faith, man. Right? And you're going to be tested upon your faith, how strong your faith is, right? Let's get the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7, verse 57. He said, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which that man is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. Right? And that's what we got to think upon, right? Endurance, faith, right? What's at the end of that tunnel, right? That eternal life, right? An incorruptible crown, right? And eternal peace. That's what we got to think about. So I wanted to make this installment about faith, man, because it's something big that we lack, man, and especially in the Israelite community, right? Even myself, sometimes I get discouraged and I be down. Sometimes I panic. Sometimes I stress. And all I have to do is trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua at the end of the day, right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. It said, the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Right? The righteous is going to run to the name. Right? He's going to call upon the name. As Psalms 50 and 5 say, man. Well, it's like Psalms 50 and 15. Right? You should call upon me, right? And I will deliver you. And you should glorify. You're going to glorify the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Right? So faith is a big thing, man. Right? You got to have it in these last days. Right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 5. Commit thy way into Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Right? The Lord is not going to leave you low, man. Right? Whatever is brought upon you in your lower state, take cheerfully, as Sirach 2:4 say. All right? It's going to be all right. All right? The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 12, it say, fight the good fight of faith. Lay on to eternal life, whereinto thou art also called, as profess a good profession before many witnesses, right? So fight the good fight of faith, right? Always abound in that, man. Always meditate on that, having hope, right? That's what keeps us going, man, right? Especially being in this truth, hope. Without hope, man, there's nothing. Right? You can't physically see the Most High. You can't physically see Yahweh Shah. You can't physically see the angels. You can't see the chariots. Right? We know they're there. Why? Because we have hope. Right? It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 6. It said, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you, man. Right? So we have to understand that. right? So I'm not gonna ramble. I'm not gonna make this video real long, right? But we can break out a couple more and we go close out because it's pretty self-explanatory, right? It's the Book of Susanna, right? If you want to know where you can read the Book of Susanna at, it's in the you can get the KJV, the King James Version 1611, or you can get the Apocrypha, right? You can get all this from Amazon, right? This is Susanna 1:60. They say, with that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised Yahweh, who saveth them that trust in him. Right? This is 2 Maccabees 3:22. They then called upon the Almighty Yahweh to keep the things committed of trust safe and sure for those that committed them. Right? Susanna 1:35. And she weeping looked up towards heaven, for her heart trusted in Yahweh. Right? And Susanna was delivered, man. Right? You had these two elders that was lusting after her, and they basically told Susanna that if you don't sleep with us, we're going to tell the elders of Israel, right, the judges, and we're going to get you put to death, right? And they put Susanna on trial, right? She was on trial for capital punishment, man, right, which is worthy of death, right? And the Lord delivered her, man. The Lord used Daniel to deliver her, man, right? So I'm going to close out with this. This is 2 Timothy 2:9. It says, Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished, man. Right? So if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're keeping the commandments, you're having the faith in Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, right? The Lord He's going to deliver you, man. Right? He's going to deliver you. Right? Have hope. Have confidence in it. Right? It said, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Hey, our salvation is going to be strange. It's going to be weird to the world, you know. They're going to be amazed at it, right? So think about these things, man. I didn't want to make this video too long because it's pretty self-explanatory at the end of the day, right? Faith, right? Have faith, right? Believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Have hope in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And believe in the name, man, right? I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Rakakadash. Shalom.